Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review The Last Stand Aftermath. This is a game that you can find on Steam for about 25 bucks. I have played the demo back when it was available during one of the Steam festivals, and for the most part, the gameplay has remained the same. This game reminds me a bit of the game How to Survive, although How to Survive was more of a story-based game where you had one character and you grew that character throughout the game. You got to craft, you got to level up and stuff, but it was just one character. This game is similar in playstyle, but different in theme and, well, overall progression. What you're going to be doing here is you take on the role of a survivor, and they're called volunteers. And you send them out, and they're going to be progressing on this roguelite map where they're just going to a location, filling up their vehicle with gas, looting stuff along the way, killing zombies, transmitting knowledge they find in the environment, and moving on to the next location until they eventually die. You see, these volunteers are already infected. They're destined to die. So this game is more of a roguelite in the sense that don't get attached to one character because they're going to die. But the knowledge that you gain and all of that will transmit to the next volunteer. So think of it as someone going out, learning stuff, and then transmitting it back to the home base and teaching the colony about this stuff. And then when that person dies, then the next volunteer will benefit from that knowledge. That's the whole theme behind that. But yeah, that's the general gameplay. You get a volunteer, you go out, you get as far as you can. When you're done with a location, you get back in your vehicle and you can choose like one of two locations to travel to. Of course, that uses gas, so you have to find gas in the environment. Your car may be damaged, so you may have to repair that. Your melee weapons and your ranged weapons that you find have durability, so you don't get attached to any one weapon if you can help it. There is a crafting system where you can combine items and make various things like medical supplies, that kind of thing. What attracted me to this game, really, was the whole knowledge system. And again, as you explore the environment with one volunteer, you'll come across things that you can pick up and you gain knowledge points. And you can then find radios in the environment to transmit that knowledge to the colony. And there are, I want to say, 4 different tabs of knowledge that you can explore. For example, the first one is body upgrades. You can take less infection. There's more like, there's infection resistance in this game, and you can level that up. See, like I said, your character is already infected, and as time goes on, this infection will eat away at your health. And when it reaches a certain point, you mutate. Yes, that's another thing I want to talk about. You mutate. And you get to choose various mutations, like one of 3, whenever you reach a certain tier. So, for example, when I reached my first mutation, I had a choice between heavy lifting, meaning I could carry 50% more. I could do more melee damage with my fists, but my action speed was less, or something like that. So there was some options were pure benefits, others were like a trade kind of thing. But yeah, there's room for 6 slots in terms of mutation. So the more infected you become, the more mutated you become, and the different things that you could possibly assign to your character in terms of mutation. Of course, you can try and stay healthy and not deal with any of that, but at some point you're going to have to. But yeah, getting back to the whole knowledge thing, there are 4 tabs, and the first tab is like body stuff. So infection resistance, speed, stamina, door kicking, those are things that you can upgrade with these knowledge points. Then you've got combat upgrades with regards to brawling. There's bullying, which is knockdown chance, throw distance, pistol damage, and reload speed. Of course, you'll be able to unlock various things further than that, like rifles and long-range damage, that kind of thing, critical chance. Getting into survival stuff, there's like action speed, chance to find ammo, more knowledge points from scavenging in the first place, which is nice, weapon durability upgrades, healing benefits, and so on, safe house upgrades. And then the last tab is engineering, where you can get like bolt cutters and learn to craft various items, modified radios, backpacks, fuel conservation, faster ignition in your car. I'm not going to read off the entire tree to you, but you get the idea that each of these tabs, I should say, has, I want to say, 10 to 20 upgrades in them that you can choose. So you're going to be spending a lot of your time dying so that you can pass this knowledge along to the next player or the next volunteer. So you're going to get stronger as the game progresses. So if you don't get very far in the first run, don't worry about it. Sort of similar to, say, Rogue Legacy, where you're expected to die in the first 2 minutes of it until you upgrade and everything. Then you'll actually see more of the game that way. But yeah, the game is broken up over, key points, and you travel with your car from one location to the next, trying to fill up your car with gas so that you can keep going. Yeah, it's all kind of cool. The only thing I didn't like about it was sometimes the combat can be a bit janky. Your character can roll, you can melee, you can shoot, and shooting zombies in this game feels very satisfying with the whole shotgun thing. But when they're down on the ground, there's no way to hit them, as far as I can tell. I'll melee right above them and swing it at open air until they stand up to the point where hits will register. I don't like that. If a zombie is down, I should be able to hit it with a regular melee attack. To be fair, there is an execute button that you can hit, and that'll get rid of a zombie and kill it permanently, but I still think a regular melee swing or a pistol attack or whatever ranged weapon should hit a zombie that is down. Why can't I aim down and shoot it? Why do I have to use this execute feature? It doesn't make any sense to me. But you can dodge roll. You can sprint around. There's a like an X-ray feature, so to speak, where it's called focus. You'll zoom in and things will pop around you, and it'll tell you there's fuel over here, there's a house over here to loot, and so on. What sucks is that when you use that, it doesn't tell you what's on the screen, only what's off your screen, as far as I can tell. Maybe there's an upgrade that addresses that, but like I was like, okay, there's a radio over here. I go there and I hit focus again, and where is it? I can't find it. Oh, it's hidden behind this little area over here. But hitting Q doesn't reveal it. I have to try and find it now that I'm on the screen with it. That seems just kind of weird to me. But all in all, this is not a bad game. There's a lot of things to loot, a lot of different weapons. There's durability, there's crafting. Again, what I think intrigues me the most is the whole knowledge system and just improving as you play. The mutation system sounds really cool too. So you can make yourself, infected on purpose. You'll find these antivirals along the way that you can inject yourself with to combat this infection, but you can just let it go if you want and become infected, and acquire all of these different mutations. That's cool too. So play how you like, get as far as you can, come home, die, choose a new volunteer, and go out and rinse and repeat until you've, unlocked everything there is to unlock. I have not done that yet, obviously. This game would take me a while to do that with. But I am enjoying my experience so far at $25. I think you can get a lot of playtime out of this. Again, my only real complaint here is the combat can be a bit janky. It says on the main menu and in the options menu that the controller is recommended. I am using the keyboard. I'm not really having a whole problem with it, other than the whole, combat being janky. But other than that, like, I'm doing well with it. I'm enjoying it. I want to keep playing it. So take that for what you will. I give it a thumbs up, if I could. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.